Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to chill with some hot tea, hot green tea, and we're going to talk about some makeup products, actually specifically foundations that I wish were available in India. So these are foundations that may be available in India but not all the shades. Maybe these are foundations that I already own, maybe they're foundations that I don't own. But yeah, these are generally foundations that I wish were available in India, or more specifically available on Nykaa, because some of these foundations are available on Nykaa but not all the shades. So yeah, so let's just begin. The first foundation that I have on my list, I have my notebook here, that's why I'm looking down constantly. So the first foundation is the Maybelline Super Stay 24 Hour Foundation. I do have two of these. I'm not going to show it to you or anything. I'll probably insert pictures. So this foundation is supposed to be a velvet matte finish, high coverage, the most sold, the best foundation, drugstore foundation of last year. Nikki Tutorials, I think, compared it to the Huda Beauty foundation. Imagine the mad rush that would be created if it was available in India. Imagine the number of people who would just get it instead of the Huda Beauty 4 filter foundation, because Huda's foundation is supposed to make is people claim that it makes your face matte, but at the same time it like really emphasizes your fine lines, your wrinkles, and actually dries your face, makes your face hella dry. So this is one foundation I wish some brand or some online makeup store brings to India. But Maybelline is a mainstream brand that is actually available in India. It is quite surprising that they, in spite of having such a huge market here, they don't release all their products as quickly as they do elsewhere in the world. Like it's a shame that they don't do that. But yeah, I really wish Maybelline introduces this foundation in India. Coming to the second foundation, this is the L'Oreal Total Cover Foundation, the Infallible Total Cover Foundation. Here's what I don't understand. Okay, L'Oreal released its Pro Matte, or released its 24-hour infallible foundation that comes in a tube. I'll leave a picture up in the somewhere up here or here. It released that infallible foundation like years ago, easily at least 2 years ago, and it wasn't released in India until recently. Maybe sometime in December it released, or not December, I think somewhere in Jan it released in India. That pissed me off. First things first, that pissed me off. Okay, do that. Like if somebody there is buying it, somebody here is capable of buying it as well. I understand that it is market strategy, it's business strategy. You want to test the waters before you just go all out. But 2 years is too much of a time. Like 6 months, I understand. 1 year, I understand. But 2 years is huge. Like I've known that there is a foundation called the Infallible Pro Matte Foundation at least for easily more than a year now, 1.5 years now. That's a long time to wait for releases to happen in different parts of the world. So if you are a predominant brand, or if you are a well-known brand in a country, people there actually are just supposed to make sure there's not a I don't want old outdated stuff. It's like the Apple iPhone. When the Apple 8 is in the US, and if I still get only 6 in India, kind of pisses you off, doesn't it? So it's the same thing with makeup lovers and makeup. So I feel it's just unfair that they don't have, or they have such huge time lapse or time gap between releases in the US and in India. So I'm totally going off on a tangent, but yeah, there are two variants to the Infallible Foundation, the Total Cover and the Pro Glow. Both these are not available in India, but I did try and get it elsewhere. But I wish these were available in India, because a lot of people have a lot of nice things to say about the Total Cover one. I understand 6 months, 1 year tops, but 2 years, 1.5, 2 years, that's too much. It's almost like people have spoken about it, used it, gone through a tube probably, and even thrown it out in their trash, and then you're introducing it in India. Just doesn't feel fair. The next foundation, it is the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. Yeah, the entire infallible range is still not available in India. I wouldn't complain too much about the Pro Glow concealers, but I wish the Pro Glow foundation was at least available in India. That way I would feel okay, I can compare all the three and be able to decide which one suits my skin the best. Right now, with just one of those available, it's hard for me to decide. What if I'm someone with dry skin? I don't have the option of getting the Pro Glow one. Because I can't get the Pro Glow one, I'm going to say, okay, because that is not available, let me buy the Pro Matte one. I'm probably going to end up hating it because it is too drying for my dry skin, hypothetically. And I'm going to end up hating it, and I would have wasted money buying a foundation that definitely doesn't suit my skin just for, just because of FOMO. So yeah, I wish the Pro Glow foundation was available in India as well, and I feel that's a pretty genuine or a pretty valid request or a valid expectation. So the next product that I have, or the next foundation that I wish was available in India, is the Wet n Wild foundation. Hold on. Here's what I don't like about what Nykaa has done with Wet n Wild, or what Wet n Wild in general has done. I'm not sure if Wet n Wild released in India or if it is exclusively available on Nykaa, but I think I found it on a few other websites. So I don't think Nykaa is to be blamed. In general, Wet n Wild foundations, I wish all the shades were available in India. If I remember correctly, a few months ago, when they initially released, the shade Desert Beige was not available in India, and a lot of people just bought other shades that don't match them, and they had to just live with it. And eventually Desert Beige was actually introduced in India. That is so unfair. You just made people spend a lot of money on, I know $4.99 or $5.99 might not be a huge amount, but still people ended up spending money on things that aren't the best for them. While they could have waited like 2 months and gotten the Desert Beige variant, which skin tone people in India fall in the NC 40 to 45 skin tone bracket. So most of us medium skin tone people, the Desert Beige shade would have suited us much better, but instead we went ahead and got the other shades instead. I myself personally, I didn't do that. I actually got mine from, I don't know which website. I just got it from another website. I got it shipped internationally. But for all those people who couldn't do that, who actually bought the wrong shade instead, that's the sad thing. Why not just release all the shades that are available? Already shade ranges in most brands, in most companies, in most collections aren't inclusive enough. And on top of that, if you don't release the already existing range of shades, again, feels unfair. Next up, I have the Milani 2-in-1 foundation. God, everybody knows that this is one of my holy grail foundations. I love this foundation. Unfortunately for me, although I didn't get it in India, I got it elsewhere. I couldn't get the right shade. I got the shade Warm Beige, the shade number 05. That's the shade I got, and that didn't suit me. And what I'm really saying is, when you have the products, might as well release it. Like, I remember, I really can't place as to which brand that was or which foundation that was, that just had like 3 shades, and I don't think even 5% of the Indian complexion or 5% of the Indian skin tones could be matched with those 3, and they were that light. It have to be like you are actually making new shades for us to cater to our skin tones. We're not asking for that. What I'm expecting is that the entire range be released. Don't withhold and just release 3 shades, saying, okay, here are the 3 shades, you just gonna have to make do with it. That just feels wrong. It feels so wrong. So yeah, those were the 5 foundations I wish were available in India, and the entire ranges of them available in India. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and this was just a different kind of a video. It's just food for thought. It's just random video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.